You don't ban that person because he pays me $5.95 in a month and I want to keep him doing that. We actually say, you know what, the community expects us to ban this person because he has taken, he's abused a bug, he's taken advantage of a mistake in the game. So the community expects us that we treat the fair, rule-abiding player with respect. So we ban that person, whatever the commercial interest. And I think we can only do that because we all have it all in-house.
Any other questions from here?
I've got a question. What did Jagex intend to do about the price manipulating class?
We started something which is in the background on the Grand Exchange. We've changed a couple of things, how it works, how it calculates to make the operations that they do more obvious, so then that information we can use to actually stop what they're doing. As I said before, we don't want to be too harsh. We don't want to overreact so that we make it harder to play the game just because a few people then cannot abuse the system anymore. So we don't want to rush to any conclusion, but as I've said numerous times on the forums, we are working on it. We are collecting data to enable us to do that. So we're not ignoring it, just like the PvP trick that we just got rid of the other week, basically.
There's a question at the back.
What's your take on social gaming and social networks? Are we going to see you guys move out to Facebook?
We are of the firm belief that you have to design a game for Facebook in order to be successful on Facebook. So we don't think we can shoehorn our existing products into Facebook, but I can easily see us developing a game for Facebook, yes, but it's not something that we're strong in, and we think rather than trying something where we have to gain a lot of new expertise, we might just stick to the areas that we're very, very good in.
Tom?
Though I would be interested in asking about how you find the appeal is of your game with regards to the sort of worldwide appeal, because looking at the inspiration and the ideas that have gone into the character designs, you're looking at a very, I would describe, the best way I could describe it would be Tolkien-esque, very traditionally British idea of what is fantasy. And it would be interesting seeing like how many players do you have from like, I mean, Dave mentioned Japan a second ago, or China, or from America, or even like Africa, God knows. But just that sort of worldwide appeal. How appealing do you find it to a worldwide audience as opposed to a very...
The only country that is surprised that they're not into RuneScape is Korea, because they should. That is kind of like really the kind of game that Koreans normally play, you know. But on all other markets where we think like, yeah, that actually should fit to RuneScape, we are successful. So yes, it is undoubtedly that the Anglo-Saxon market is the strongest that we have in the game. That Europe altogether with North America and Australia is I'm not quite sure how many percent, but way over 50% of our player base. When it comes to other markets, then it's very much dependent on how good their internet connection is, if they actually have something that they can afford to like be online for longer. So for instance, India is a market that is emerging and we're really dipping into, and where it's proving quite popular. We're very concerned because in the early game, one of the things that brings you forward quite quickly is killing cows, and we're very concerned about how the Indian market would react to that. But they said as long as we don't have to and we've got another way to get through the game, it's all fine. So we're okay. But just to say, like the cultural differences are, of course, it's very easy to offend somebody else, you know, as a German and English, I have to make sure that I'm not offended very quickly because you know exactly what it means. So we try not to offend others, but sometimes you can't help just because you don't know out of ignorance. And yes, there is King Arthur in game, so it is a very British-based game, definitely, and people see that as quirky, I think. So that's why it has appeal in North America, I think, so much.
We've got time for one final question. There is a hand shot up at the back.
Suppose you sell your game mostly online and it's not something programming. What do you think is the most effective method of marketing your game and getting it out of the eyes? Like, how would you propose to go online marketing your
to get it over to what?
I think the question was.
Promotion and marketing online for purchase of your game online.
So, with the promotion and marketing online, what's the most effective? Most effective? Yeah,
Most effective marketing strategy. I would say it is go where gamers are. If you want to attract gamers, go to where there are gaming portals. Basically, really is like forums where people discuss about games. So yeah, go to where they are. Try not that they come to you. You need to go to them. That's probably where Jagex has the least expertise, to be absolutely honest, because we're not very good at doing that. Because we don't need to. We never did it, as I said at the very start. It is possibly one of the strengths that we don't do much marketing. Because when at some point we were on a couple of portals and we were quite prominent on a portal, and people said, like, stop doing that. I've seen it once, it's fine. You can do it once, but not in my face. I don't want it in my face. We followed that very much, so to say, like, okay, let's tune it down, basically. Let's really just rely on what people think of it. But of course, the initial to be talked about, that is what you need to achieve first, and I think you can only do that on gaming sites.
Okay. Thank you very much, Christoph. I'd just like to give a hand to say thank you to Dr. Christopher Bietzke. Thank you. Thank you very much to Jagex as well, of course, and congratulations with the Golden Joystick Award. Okay? Thank you.
If anybody still has a question, I'll be out in the village. I'm being told downstairs. What people are pointing. Oh yes, there's mouse mats. Is that yes? I should mention the mouse mats. If you want a mouse mat from RuneScape and Jagex, please collect one at the lovely people at the back. If there are any other questions, yeah, just approach me. Right. Thank you very much.
Very full.